Hey, BJ, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, good. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts on going to Texas A&M? Obviously, your coach has played this up as, you know, they're going to give us their best game of the year and those kind of things. Is that what you're expecting?
Most definitely. You know, they're going to give us everything they got. They're still a very talented team. They have some good offensive weapons as well. And it's never easy going into College Station and getting an easy win. So they're definitely going to have a good game plan and give it their all.
This defensive line this year, well, let's start with you. I was going through the video today, and 18 has been everywhere this year, rushing the passer and whatnot. What kind of year do you think you've had this year?
I've definitely had a all right year, in my opinion. I think I could have made more plays, but just being able to disrupt the quarterback and, you know, add into the run game as well, set edges, create TFLs, just little stuff like that. That's what I've been working on. So I think I've been more productive this year, in my opinion.
Coach really bragged on Mekhi Wingo and the job he's done this year. What have you seen out of him since he joined this program?
Yeah, it's so fun playing with Wingo, man. He's done an amazing job. You know, early in the season, Mason went down, and I think he did an amazing job just filling those shoes, you know, for Mason. So Wingo's been out there making plays, playing the whole game in games like Bama and Auburn. So, you know, the amount of strain he has is out of this world. So, you know, it's so fun playing next to him.
In the beginning of the season, did you know the potential that Jaden Daniels had? Because now you guys have beaten a couple top 10 teams. You've beaten Bama. You're playing for the SEC title. Did you know coming in this guy was that kind of competitor?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Just going through camp, going through, you know, summer and everything, you see the potential in him, the playmaking ability, and I'm just so happy for him being able to showcase it, and especially those top 10 games and all those games that he led us in to win.
You got a chance to win 10 games after losing the first game of the year. So, I mean, you take it 1 week at a time, but certainly you don't want a loss going into the SEC championship game against Georgia, right? I mean, those are the kind of things that you think about, or just a one game at a time process?
Yeah, definitely still a one game at a time process. We're not looking too far ahead. Everyone telling us we control our own destiny, so we're not going to do anything to put that in jeopardy. Texas A&M is still a great team, led by a great head coach with a great history. So for us, we just have to stay focused on the task at hand and play each game 1 week at a time.
You feel like you've had a good week of practice so far?
Yeah, so far we all been dialed in, locked in. Everything's still fast, and we're doing everything very efficient, so we can come on Saturday and play our best.
The way you performed this past week against UAB, where it's cold, there's not a whole lot of people in the stands, it's not a big-name team, but it just seems like you guys came out and just hammered them and took care of business. Is that something maybe that you guys didn't have the maturity to do in the past, or maybe, you know, it shows how far you've come as a team?
Yeah, I just think the mental of this team is very, very good. We got our head in the right place. We take every opponent with a lot of respect, and I feel like we did that in the past as well. Just playing every game, treating our opponents with the utmost respect, no matter what conference they play in. UAB was a very good team, had a good running attack, and for the defensive focus, it was just to stop that running attack and still every week just prove ourselves that we can play at the highest level.
I know last year the staff said they stayed on Jaquelin harder than anybody because they knew his potential and they wanted to see him be consistent. How has he progressed this year?
Oh, he's definitely progressed in the right direction. Out there making plays, creating havoc, pushing the pocket back. So for an edge rusher like me, when he pushes the pocket, it just makes everything easier for me to get to the quarterback as well. He's great in the run game. You know, shedding blocks and creating TFLs as well. So just playing next to him, Wingo, guys, those inside guys, it just makes my job even easier.
And Ali, you know, this is it for him for sure. So what about him and playing next to him? You know, the two edges, so to speak.
Yeah, just knowing Ali since I got here, him being a great leader. You know, he's a big part of while we're having so much success, you know, being the leader, the vocal leader that he is now, out there on the field making plays, giving us energy as well. So, you know, it's a great honor just to be able to come in with him and us go through all the trials and tribulations and finish out the right way.
I guess just speaking of trials, just when you think about the season in general, just what comes to mind?
So I would probably say like trials and tribulations, adversity, especially early on in the season. A lot of people doubting us and such of that nature, but as a team, I feel like we always kept everything in-house. Coach Kelly did a great job keeping us mentally focused each week, knowing the potential that we have coming together as a team and finishing and contending later on in the season. So I definitely think we took big leaps, even though the adversity we faced in the beginning of the season.
Can you share some of those conversations? Maybe does one come to mind, maybe that Coach Kelly said, or maybe some that you had between you and your teammates?
Yeah, you know, after we lost to Florida State, in the locker room, Coach Kelly, he basically tells us that there's no need to panic. We know our potential. We know what we have to do. We're going to keep applying his process, keep applying our process each and every week. And later on, we start to see the benefits of, you know, just locking in, everyone buying into that process. And we're sitting at a good position right now later on in the season to hopefully reach all the goals that we set early in the year.
Coach has said that Greg Penn has really improved at linebacker as well. What have you seen out of him?
Oh yeah, man. Playing with Greg, you know, we have a good relationship in the locker room as well. But just seeing him evolve from last year, you know, just fun to watch him. Last week, UAB game, shooting gaps, creating TFLs as well. But he's been also a great leader as well. Just you know, not talked about much, but he definitely contributes to the defense in a lot of ways. He's a great vocal leader on the field, makes all the checks and stuff, him and Micah. So he just makes my job easier as well. So, but he definitely took a great leap from last year as well.
You were on the 2020 team when you guys went over there. It wasn't the typical crowd,
right?
But they fire that cannon and do some different.
Yeah.
It's a different place, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. College Station, even when it was 2020 and the field wasn't packed, it was still loud, it was still rowdy. They got a great fan base and they support their team very well. But I know it's going to be a great atmosphere going into College Station and just having a great fight with them and coming out with the victory.